Hi, you guys. Okay, we're up, we're running. So I'm introducing phase three. I've taken it for about 4 to 5, I'm going to say 5 days. Um, and I released it. It's out on my Etsy store. This one is a little bit more pricey because of the ingredients in it. And as we go up each phase, the alchemy of the bottle um, and the elixir changes. So this one is the divine elixir, and this one is going to connect you with the universe, unlock DNA codes, just take you to that next level of understanding things on a higher consciousness or a higher spiritual level, as well as a higher intellectual level. It's also a calming energy, but you still have the energy. It's also, what else? Uh, I find that when I take this as well, I'm not even that hungry. So if you're trying to lose weight or whatever, I think this is also good because I don't really get hungry a lot when I'm taking this one in particular, as well as the first one too. But this one is so much more noticeable. Like I forget to eat sometimes when I've been taking this one. I also find myself drawn to keep researching and looking for, you know, information. It also gives you that thirst to learn spiritually as well as any other type of information that's beneficial to you. So this is phase three. I just released it. Okay. Um, no one has this yet. So you got to get it while you got to get it quick because they sell out. Um, I also put all the other phases up there too. So I got phase one and phase two up there, and now phase three. Okay. Neon Guts. I haven't even heard that song, but just by the title, it sounds just like the plasma energy in the organs being, just by the title, that's what it sounds like. And Pharrell is into that Egyptian culture. Okay. So just by the title, I know what it is. So y'all go get it. It's on my Etsy store, Dark Realm. Also, I want to tell you in the beginning, just so you don't keep writing me, if you don't get your stuff, write me, of course, but I don't send out shipping or tracking. The drop shippers do in your email. So make sure your address and your email address is accurate on the Etsy store. Okay. Make sure it's accurate. Go back and change all your information if you hadn't changed it. Um, and look for an email, not anything from Etsy. Okay. So thank you guys. So since we're talking about being connected to the universe, there is so much more, but I would rather wait until at least some of you guys uh, got some of this in your system before going any further, because it seems like a lot of this new information that it's not even new information, y'all. A lot of this information that's new to you guys that I'm trying to give to you is a little bit much. It's a little bit much. I can see some of you saying it's a little bit much. You got to catch up. You got to study. Well, that's what this is going to do. It's going to put your knowledge and the thirst for knowledge and studying at a high priority. Okay. Um, Thank you. You're gonna get like, I don't even watch TV anymore. That's why I haven't been catching up on any of my shows, because I keep watching you know videos, listening to audiobooks, researching quantum physics, astrophysics. I did watch um Neil deGrasse Tyson last night on you know quantum physics, astrophysics, and all that stuff. Like, that's the only thing I would want to watch because I think it's this stuff. I have to literally force myself to take a break because it's like it streams in so fast. So I have to lessen my dosage. I used to take it 5 times a day. I've lessened it to 2 times a day, 2 droppers, 2 times a day because it's that powerful. Okay. Um, when I read like quantum physics and astrophysics and anything to do with electromagnetic energy and stuff, it seems totally clear. Like it's just like reading something ordinary. It makes perfect sense. And then when I hear the Emerald Tablets, and then when I hear the Book of Enoch over again, on audiobook, y'all know Man of Letters has the Book of Enoch up now. Uh, it makes perfect sense, and I can decode it using all this information. So it's going to help you be able to decode things. It also um, it also helps you see that things are multi-dimensional. So maybe no, let's just say the Emerald Tablets has several layers of meaning, but are the exact same words. But the more you learn, the higher of level of consciousness you get through reading them over and over because you see parallels because the universe works like that, as above so below, as within so without. So on a scientific level you can decode the Emerald Tablets. On a philosophical level you can decode the Emerald Tablets. On an alchemy level you can decode the Emerald Tablets, and such and such and such. And each level, you know when you get up to the physics level, that is where you figure out the greatest mystery. I'm going to tell you all that, at least up until now, because I could go even further. But as of now, it's the greatest information thus far. Reinterpreting it, the whole Emerald Tablets over with new information is very eye opening, especially the spaceship part. Y'all, when I made the video about the what did I make about Saturn and how Thoth talks about he left his spaceship under the pyramid or under the Sphinx. And it wasn't a literal spaceship, but it was a diagram on how to become the type of energy that can spring off into the ethers. Okay. So it makes sense on a whole nother level. Okay. Um, well, it just if you can't afford to wait, just if you can't afford to lose weight, eat with it, okay? Just eat. Eat, eat, eat. It doesn't make you not want to eat. It just, I'm so wrapped up in getting information and researching and doing this and that and multitasking that I forget. So it's not that it doesn't make you want to eat. It makes you busy yourself so much that food is not that important. So just make sure you eat before you take it. Okay. um in phase 3, no, there's way more. There's way more phases, but you don't have to get all the phases. If you're good where you're at, that's fine. I'm gonna keep putting them out because they go in order to raise your consciousness, to raise you to a certain a level. So if y'all want to keep going, keep going. If you're fine with just phase 1, great. Phase 2, great. Whatever. There's no pressure. But there are more phases, and um, they have to be taken, um, after you've taken at least the phase before and the phase before that. So because you're changing the DNA makeup of your body and your spirit. Okay, your what they call light body, or I call plasma body. I'm calling it plasma body. And plasma body, when it's heated up to a certain degree, will glow neon. Yes, it will glow neon when it's heated to a certain degree, like a laser. Okay, that's why Lupe Fiasco's one of his albums was named Laser. So up when your plasma is heated up to a certain degree, it will, and also the electromagnetic energy will make it glow like a neon light. And I remember when I was, I guess I was astral traveling, unless I was dead, but I was astral traveling and I said I went, I think I actually went to planet nine in my astral travel. And everything was black, but there was neon technology. Like you could see neon, like there was neon lights in darkness. And the beings wore masks and cloaks and they floated. They did not walk. They looked like sort of similar to Darth Vader, but not. The mask was not just like that. It was a little bit different. So these dark beings on, I guess, Planet Nine or whatever you would call it, I've already been there and seen it. And that's how I know because before I knew any of this stuff, I had seen that. And then now when I'm, researching it and seeing all these, mentions of these type of beings in the book Enoch and Emerald tablets and drawings and alchemical, drawings and stuff like that. It's like, wow, I've been there, I've seen it. So I know that it's a real place consciously. I'll just say that. Like I didn't go to heaven. I didn't see no angels. I didn't see no harps and stuff. I saw dark neon technology, um, dark beings with cloaks and masks. And they don't speak. They communicate telepathically. Um, and they don't tell you anything. It's almost like you're it's almost like they want you to either you should know what you're looking at if you're here, and if you don't, you need to go find out. But there wasn't like a scary feeling at all. It was just like, okay, you made it here. You should know where you are. If you don't, you need to go figure it out, and you know whatever. It wasn't anything like a big deal. But their technology is very advanced. Okay. It's not even, it's a spiritual technology, not even on this frequency. So if you I don't know, I used to astral travel a lot more. And this also gives you those deep symbolic, dreams to communicate with universe, subconscious mind, and yourself. Because I had a weird dream last night that I still need to go and go and decode because I wasn't even I didn't have time this morning. So yes, I can say that this is the most altering elixir so far, as far as I can tell. Phase two is good for manifesting. Phase one is good for new epiphanies as well as energy. Um, and understanding things on a higher level of consciousness. But I guess as we go up, it gets better and better. So I can't imagine. Y'all, they already sent me phase four. I can't imagine taking that. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I want to know. I don't know. But I'm going to take it anyway because it's always good to delve into the unknown. And phase four, I'm going to tell you guys, phase four is going to be a powder. So yeah, phase four is going to be a powder. And I think it's super highly concentrated. And we're gonna do phase four. Well, in the Ark of the Covenant, the greatest mystery was what's in the Ark of the Covenant. Uh, a lot of people suspect that it was manna or the Philosopher's Stone, and it's found in the desert. Okay, because the alchemists live um, very close to the desert that makes these things, and they gather the minerals and things like that. A lot of them are in the desert and they bloom, and a lot of the minerals were thought to be in the substance called manna, or a lot of people will say, oh, it's the Philosopher's Stone, or blah 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 blah. Connects you to the universe. It's divine. It's there's lots of cases of some of this stuff that's found. And they could not identify, it's very powerful. Let's just say that. Super powerful. Let me see something. I have a clip of someone speaking on what was actually in there. So I'm gonna see if I can find it so you guys can hear what here it is. Hold on, I gotta turn it down till I get to the part. They actually talk about what mana actually or the philosopher's stone was thought to be. So I have to wait till this commercial plays. Now I'll tell y'all the video. But this dude is right on point too. But I need to find I gotta fast forward to the correct time because I memorized it. Let me see. Energy cell that could be non-controllable. Oh shoot. The whole city is researching use 30 location with dolphins. Each of those different frequencies that they're projecting to each other. Okay, I'll go do business Chase Bank because okay, well never mind. I'm trying to hear. Well, anyway, sorry, y'all can check it out. It's on the video, probably halfway through. It's called "Sacred Geometry is the Blueprint of Magnetic Energy" on Leak Project. And I was actually gonna make a video about this because they didn't they didn't go as far as I wanted them to go. But he hit on a lot of it, but he didn't go all the way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make another video very soon while this information is still coming in about the sacred geometry, Tesla, and what we are in the whole picture. Yeah, you can take this at any age, but there's a minimum. Like they say, babies can take it. It's just it gives you some energy. So if you don't want your kids up all night, give it to them in the morning. So, people say, okay, well, what about after Saturn? Where do you go? Planet Nine. Okay, after Planet Nine, you can go somewhere else too. And that's where the sacred geometry comes in. But if you read the Emerald Tablets, Thoth talks about deciding whether to go there or not. He don't know either. And then the next chapter and the next tablet, he's like, okay, so he's getting ready to go. So I'm leaving you this information because I'm gonna be gone. Right? He's gonna be gone. So he went already. And when I make this video, you guys, it's gonna be like I'm gonna do the pictures and the voiceover again so that you guys can understand it. Because I don't think it's easy to understand if someone's just sitting up here talking about it. It's easy to understand with photos and, adding in pop culture because that's where our minds are right now. That's why I do that. I don't go straight up, scientific on you. I add in stuff that you can relate to because that's the only way some people will actually wake up. You know what I'm saying? So I just said if there's no minimum age. Yes. I even write that on there. Yeah. Are all the phases available still? Right now, if you hurry up, yes, they will be. I'm telling you, I sell out fast. And I tell you, this stuff has to be made. So when it's out, you got to wait a little while for it to come back. It's up right now. When I do these videos and I say it's out, that means we're going to go get it because it will sell out super fast. Within like a day or two. That's it. Then you'll have to wait another week. It's in the description box. Dark Realm on Etsy. It's on my Etsy store, Dark Realm. Yes. And if you're having trouble searching it, just put in Ashera Star Goddess. It should pop up. Right. Is it possible to get trapped on 3D? Yep, sure is. That's what I'm going to explain on the next video. Because if I try to explain it, people aren't going to understand. You can get trapped on 3D Earth. Well, you can try to get out of 3D Earth. You might not make it past a certain point in the ethers. That's all I'm going to say. Some people will not make it past a certain point in the ethers. But the information, like if you're a scientist or if you just study this, you don't even have to be a scientist. If you just study this stuff, you could figure out how to get past a certain point. But, if you don't, then you won't get past a certain point, and yes, you will be trapped. So you're trapped in 3D, you keep going backwards. Help. Make knowledge your priority. Research this stuff. Don't stop till you get enough. The force has got a lot of power. Okay. Oh my gosh, now it makes perfect sense. That MJ video. Why he was y'all done. Well, I was like, why are you around marbles and crystals? That's the plasma and the crystalline sacred geometry. Duh. There's another song that explains a lot of stuff as well, called Dots and Lines by Lupe Fiasco. That's gonna if you listen to that and then you learn about the sacred geometry, not sacred geometry itself, but sacred geometry as the base of creation, what allows creation to occur. Okay. You watched Constantine and was shook. Oh my gosh. You know what? I think there's a Constantine 2 that I haven't even watched. So I got to go find that on Netflix if they have it. I've only watched part 1. Because like I said, if you don't have a certain amount of knowledge, you're not going to like something because it's not going to resonate with you. It's not going to vibrate. You're not going to vibrate on that same frequency because you're going to say, oh, this is stupid and boring. This makes no sense. This is dumb. Who wrote this? But then the more you learn, the more it makes sense. And it's like, oh my God, that's why they did that, So there's a lot of stuff that I won't watch or didn't read a while ago that I love today because of the information that I got along the way. If they say why tell me up. So y'all can go get the new Elixir, and I'm not gonna bombard y'all with too much information about the next stuff until later. I need to take a break from doing all that because it's a lot of you guys need to catch up on knowledge, reading. Y'all, if y'all haven't read the Emerald Tablets, if y'all haven't read the Alchemy, if y'all don't know a lot about stuff like that, you can get ebooks free or PDFs free most of the places, or ebooks are free on YouTube, especially those old ones. Man of Letters has a lot of YouTube audiobooks that y'all can listen to and catch up. You can do it when you're reading, when you're driving to work, but pay attention. You can't just hear it. You have to really hear it. If you're a person that's easily distracted, get the drops because that will help you focus. It's this. I'm just gonna say this type of information and knowledge is very important. Okay, it's the difference between your life staying mediocre and your life being the life you actually want. Okay, that's how important it is. Once you get the knowledge, then you get to create your life as you choose. And it's deeper than you think. Okay. Knowledge is reserved for the bosses, JC. Yes, you got to see, that's the test. You have to be disciplined even to get the knowledge. First of all, you got to already be the master of yourself to even get the knowledge. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to be a master of self before you can get the knowledge. So once you start this journey and you start, getting your information and taking drops or elixir drops, or just, either just focusing on your own, whatever you do, then it's going to come naturally after that. It's not even going to be, I hate, I hate those t-shirts that say the struggle is real. I hate those t-shirts. I think they're so stupid, because the struggle is only real if you're not a master of yourself. Okay? The struggle ain't real over here. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. Um so yes, the struggle is not real. There is no problems. There is no spoon. Just like the little kid said on the Matrix. There's no spoon. So that's what you have to realize. There's no issue. There is no struggle. The only struggle is lack of knowledge, because you don't know who you are. Mhm. Constantine 2 comes out in 2019. I thought it was out already. Well, what did I watch? I watched Constantine 1. Wasn't there Constantine 2 already? Mandela effect. I must have already been in the future. I could have swore I saw part 2. Ouch. Because I thought, isn't, oh, I don't know. I thought it was already out. Stranger Things 3 coming out in October. Can't wait to see that either. Thank you, Tiana. 222. Thank you, girl. If they put that energy out, that's what you get. Watch what you say. Exactly. Part 2 of the wood. Oh, no. Constantine. I love the RH Factor videos. Tell my dad to do that. Yeah, dissolve those emotions. Yeah. If you still live in emotion, let me tell you guys one thing about this emotion. If you still live in emotion due to how people treat you, you're reacting to, you're doing exactly what they want you to do. React. Okay. You're affected by their energy. What you're really supposed to do is blast past energy, or absorb their energy while you're blasting past it. If you sit there and absorb all that stuff and become emotional, then let's just say that's exactly what they wanted to happen. And while you're sitting there worried about something that's temporary, your life has permanently changed. Okay, that's what you got to realize. While you're sitting there wasting time on worrying about or feeling something totally temporary, your permanent life has changed. Okay, thank you. Getting thin now. Getting thin now. Okay, I get it. Getting thin now. Okay, thank you. 444. Yes, love that. Thank you for the donation. Okay. So get out of those emotions, ladies. If you stuck in there, you're you're making bad business decisions. Let's just say that. You're making bad business decisions being emotional. Save your emotions for temporary emotional appropriate times. Okay. That's why they're temporary, because they're not supposed to affect you permanently. So save your emotions for a sad movie, a funeral. Save love for your kids and your husband and your mom and your dad. You're not supposed to be emotional after the moment. It's up. It's over. Okay. If you're mourning, that's a different story. But if you stay in anger, if you stay in whatever for a too long, your permanent life is changing. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I know people are young I know people are emotional when they're young, but to start working on it now is going to benefit you, you know. You don't agree? Okay, well, What? Sure, I think emotions we hold on to are keys to wounds we have to fix. See, y'all thinking too much. That's what it is. Okay, wounds heal themselves if you stop thinking about them. Okay. Thank you, Charita Lee. Mhm. Wounds heal themselves. You know, the more you pick at a wound, the more you focus on a wound, the more you look at it, it ain't gonna heal. The worse it gets. Back up, let it heal at a distance. You know, what you choose to focus on will grow. What you choose to focus on will grow. You know, think about this. You think about this. Back in the old days, before life was this easy, and there was not a lot of medical technology, you know, people would die all the time of a simple thing that can be fixed today with over-the-counter medication. Those people had to hurry up, mourn, and get over loss, get over tragedy, you know, move and live with people they didn't know because they were orphaned, get abused and beat by nuns and whoever, abused by whoever. And they, you know, they pushed through and they focused on what they wanted. Now everybody is so coddled today. People are too coddled today and they love to suffer because suffering brings attention and a lot of people can't get attention any other way. So they choose to suffer in their whatever. But if you want to become a master of yourself, you don't have time to suffer. Okay? You don't have time to suffer unless you make time to suffer. Okay? So get out of it. You don't hear a bunch of men talking like this. Let's just think about it. You don't see a bunch of men up here doing this. Why? Because they're more logical. And the reason they're more logical is because they're more thinking on the logical masculine side of the brain. And okay, so if you make time to suffer, if you waste time typing words about why it's okay to suffer, great, good for you. The struggle is not real over here, and it shouldn't be real over there. It's a choice, you know. And I think the more you learn, the more this will make sense. Okay. Um, right. The more you learn, the more this will make sense. Oh, let me make some time to suffer today. Forgot. I'm gonna put that on my schedule so I can suffer and struggle today. So what's a good time to suffer and struggle? Um, all that connecting with your emotions and feelings stuff is good for a temporary moment of clarity when the thing is happening itself. Then let it go after that. Okay. Mhm. Right. Happiness is a choice. Exactly. And I'm supposed to be one of the two most emotional signs of the zodiac. If I can master my emotions, then it should be a piece of cake for everybody else. I'm a Pisces. My emotions would be very hard to control, and I could do it. So y'all have no excuse. I'm a Pisces, and I control my emotions very well. Um, my sister said I don't know how struggle like exactly. Yeah, all is mental. If you're living by universal law and you claim to live by universal law, but yet you do the opposite over here, then you don't live by universal law. Okay. So do I transmute my emotions? I used to have to when I first started trying to master my emotions. Now I don't even go there. I don't even feel certain things that I know I'm gonna have to transmute later. I just like, oh well, you know. You can bypass those once you know that you can control it. Okay. It's automatic after a certain amount of time of transmuting emotions, it becomes automatic. You don't have to even transmute them anymore. It's like, whatever. You know, you just don't even bother wasting your time. You just skip that step. You're like, well, I'm going to transmute it anyway and not care. So I'm just not going to care now, you know? I automatically see the benefit of anything negative by being an alchemist and living in universal law completely. I automatically see the benefit of a negative thing straight up. So that's what you have to get to bypass emotions or let emotions get the best of you. Okay? You're a Pisces and you have to learn to get start, as a Pisces, you need to start looking for the benefit in anything negative. That will give you the motivation. Yeah. It's like, how can I get something out of this? Or how can I benefit from this? Start looking at it like that. Something to gain instead of something to suffer over. Um, Virgos are super sensitive because they're critical. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not and also I think, working around death so much also helped me a lot too, to be able to control emotion. Mhm. It is. So, and I think also having a certain amount of knowledge also helps you control emotion. If you ever watch an interview of like a scientist or a highly intelligent person, they barely have emotion. Um, or they don't even show it, or they're not even concerned about it. They're too focused on information and knowledge to even have time to sit there and suffer. So just think about it like that. They're busy yourself with what's important. um I think if you want to detach emotions or suppress them, I feel like you're still trying to hold on to them somewhat and make them a part of your life in some way. By this is what I feel. I feel like if you can't transmute them and you want to sit with them a little bit longer, you're choosing to do that. Okay. Um, that's what I think. Suppression or detachment is still hanging on to them some type of way. Okay. Transmute it straight up and be gone, be done with it. Hmm. Hmm. You at work with some recycled some. Oh, Krilla. Hmm. Well, if you had a falling out with your friend a while back, you focused on manifesting and gaining knowledge, they fell into a deep depression, and it's all about choice. Exactly. It's all about choice. And also, it's all about what you put your priorities on. You don't put your priorities on certain things, they're not even going to be an issue. Hmm. If you haven't, I recommend you read The Alchemist. Yeah, good read. Hmm. So, yeah, a lot of the ladies are still stuck in their emotions, which also will affect your frequency. And if your frequency is affected, you're not going to be able to vibrate on a certain level of consciousness. You just won't ever get there. Uh-huh. Okay, let's think about one thing. Let's think about something. Let's think about RX. Let's think about Saturn. Let's think about the medical industry. Okay, let's think about this for 1 second. Before the medical industry even existed, before there was a pill for everything, there was alchemy. There was prevention. There was cause and effect, the law of cause and effect. When the pharmacy came out with quick fixes, and when they came out with placebos, and when they came out with a solution to a problem you don't even have that could have been solved with alchemy, They found a way to enslave you and make money, just like um, they do with religion. So I'm not saying that the medical industry is not a good thing. I'm just saying that you can get exploited through pharmacies and pharmaceuticals and drugs and diagnosis. Okay, so be aware. Okay, right. You hear a commercial. Are you restless at night? Do you have they just name some random stuff. Well, then you need this pill. You know, this will help. And then they name all the side effects, and one of them is death. Okay, you stupid if you take it. You have a good day and be recycled through the sun. And I'll see you next lifetime, maybe if I'm still here. Mhm. So no, y'all can't believe everything. You got to look at it with the eyes of universal law and as an alchemist. Hmm. Hmm. What do you usually get from Starbucks? Whatever. Like today, I'm drinking pumpkin spice latte with almond milk. Hmm. They're just another form of programming. Exactly. And who knows what's really in those medications? It might be DNA altering things. And I had my whole water system changed in my house because you can get the pharmaceutical um, drugs through your tap water, even if it's been filtered out for bacteria. The chemicals are still there from people who take antidepressants and then pee, and then that water is filtered through whatever system for bacteria, not drugs. You get all people's bipolar medication. You get people's um, Prozac. You getting people's all this, crazy drugs you're getting from people. So we had our whole water system done so that we don't get that type of water. Okay, in our house, even chlorine, we don't get that in our water anymore. Nothing. Hmm. Um, it's by GE. The water, it's for your whole house. It's a unit. They have to come install it, and there's one that they put under the sink for drinking water. So it's a whole system that goes through your entire house, and you have to change. You have to put this special salt in the system. Um, it's like it ionizes it and everything, and gets rid of all the stuff. Okay. How much did it cost? Oh, for the whole system was $10,000. But it worked. I mean, it's worth it because I don't want my kids on bipolar medication just because they're drinking water. I don't want to be, you know, I want to be affected. And also, I've noticed since I've gotten that water system in the house, I'm drinking a lot of water. Um, it's also the water is much softer and it tastes way better, way better. So if you can afford it, if you can, maybe you can finance it. I don't know, but maybe for you can just get the part that goes under the sink. I don't know. You have your own well supply. That's good. Yeah, my mom has her own well as well. Um, my mom has her own well because they have land. And that's how a lot of people are getting sick because a lot of the side effects from these medications and all this kind of stuff, they just get sick. They got a low immune system. They're allergic to this medication and they don't even know that they're getting it through the water. Hmm. Mhm. Yep. Idiot's Guide to Alchemy is a book. Yeah, it is a good book. I still have it. I still refer back to it. Thank you. I don't get sick anymore. Good for you. Oh, someone sent me a testimonial and I don't know if she wanted me to share it or not for phase 1. Um, her son had a wound on his hand and it would not heal. It would not heal. So she started giving him the elixir and he wanted her to put it on his hand, on his palm. And after 2 days, it started to heal up, like, form a scab and stuff when it was open. So it's very good for, you know, wounds and stuff as well. So she sent me a picture. I don't know if she wanted me to show it, but she did send me pictures, which was good. Uh-huh. You should do a pH test on your water to see if it's alkaline. Yeah, they already did that. Like the dude that came in here and installed the whole thing did the pH test and everything before and after. Uh-huh. Have you ever tried Ormus? What is Ormus? I don't know. Have I tried that? That's good. Yeah, I have a fast healing body too. Like I don't ever like how help I need your get my phase 1 elixir, Kal- Kalini, Kalani. That's gonna help you. Or if you don't want the elixir, drink water and focus on things positive that you want. Start manifesting. Be more creative. That's another way to raise your frequency. Doing something creative, being happy, laughing, um, being very reading, growing in knowledge, things like that. But you have to take action towards it. You can't just, you know, someone says exercise. That's true. Sure. Have you ever analyzed Katy Perry's Dark Horse? Yes. Yeah, I did that many years ago, like in 2014. So yeah, long time ago. Did you cast a beauty spell on yourself? You know, the elixirs are also anti-aging. And like I said, they do suppress your appetite a little bit. But no, I just, I also put a lot more effort into myself than I used to. So that's all part of it. Because even if you do spell work, you still got to put in real work. Got to put in real work, even though you put in spell work. Oh, okay, it's a powder. Uh-huh. It's a liquid. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I've tried it. I feel when the body grows, it demands so much. Hmm. So, yeah, you look young. Oh, because I'm not working. Well, that's another thing. When you get a certain amount of knowledge, and when you get a certain amount of a different way of thinking, I'm going to say, when you live by universal law and you get a different way of thinking and you continuously get knowledge, you won't work for anybody. You will work for yourself, or you will find a way to make money while you sleep, because that's the way of, you know, an alchemist. Think about how many alchemists back in the old days do you know that had a 9 to 5 or a regular old job? They were in their labs all day making stuff and they were getting funded. Who funded them? The church, the kings, who they had their own bookshops, stuff like that. They didn't work for people. And why do you think that? Because they knew how to get what they wanted without working for people. And I think there's so many people now that find jobs online, create websites, start their own businesses online, and you don't even have to work for people anymore because of the internet. That was that was your freedom right there. Um, I mean, that's what helped Prince free himself from even have to deal with the record industry, the internet. He could sell his own music over the internet. So it's a freedom. Um, Once you start thinking as an alchemist, once you start seeing the positive in the negative, you'll see how you can do pretty much whatever you want. Uh-huh. He said the internet was dead. Well, he could have been saying it as a metaphor. Because if I wanted to break down that sentence, I could totally break it down for that to even make sense. And that was also the internet. If he said that a long time ago, did he say that more recently or a long time ago? Because it also makes a difference. Hmm. Hmm. I bought the gold elixir on Etsy shop for 60. It came pretty fast. Yeah, if you live international, it's going to take about a week to come. If you live like in the US, it should come pretty fast, depending on if it is in stock and if it's made, like if it's already made. Hmm. No, it's not about the internet being dead. You got to decode stuff these days because, people talk in code. People talk in code for a reason. Okay. People talk in code for a reason. So, and I thought about, should I even talk about certain things? But the people that it's meant for, they'll get it. The people that it's not meant for, they won't even find it. So I'm not worried. But yeah, start with phase one. You need to start with phase one. It also helps if you listen to the audio books of those, like the Kabbalion, because think about someone reading you a bedtime story. Think about when your mom read you a bedtime story. Some people are more audible learners. They listen to stuff and they learn it. So try, if you're having trouble, try an audiobook and they're free on YouTube. You know, you're not sneezing today. Good for you. You taking the drops? Yeah, I bought the gold elixir starting from phase one. Oh, thank you. Hmm. And so when someone's reading you a bedtime story, it's full of symbolism, but you get the moral message. And then when you get older, the story means something totally different when you break it down. So that's what the Kabbalion and like the Emerald Tablets and the Book of Enoch are like. As you get more knowledge, you see a different meaning. Your consciousness, the veils start to lift, right? So, hmm. Yeah, Saturn. People that work with Saturn know the power and the energy of it. It's good, of course. I mean, if you research your stuff instead of listening to what people tell you, you would know what's good and what's not good. You know, but you got to research and keep going. Mhm. You're working towards being an entrepreneur. Good. You got all three elixirs, girl. Girl, you done drop some cash. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy them. Hmm. Hmm. I'm so excited to take down my nemesis. Okay. No, I don't think I've read that book about the path of alchemy. But once you understand it, you move on to something totally different. Alchemy is great. Alchemy is can be applied spiritually, physically, and mentally, financially, to everything. Alchemy goes by universal law and science. So it's a great thing. Sure, do you accept any other way of payment besides PayPal? I need a consultation. Um, I have Cash App. Um if you write me, I can send you the Cash App thing. Just write me in the message part. Could the drops cure bronchitis? I don't know. Try it and see. Um, there are already cures for bronchitis though, but I'm sure it would help. Mm-hmm. Sure, you're taking the gold elixir too? Okay, good. You're almost you're gonna go to phase two and then three. Yeah, that's good. Um, and like if y'all are taking them, don't be afraid to share what you think about them. And they're going to affect people differently depending on your frequency, your vibration, your level of knowledge. It's going to affect everyone different. So, mhm. This elixir is not going to help change people back from them acting different. And that's one thing that we need to be conscious of as well. If the people in your life, remember, people are not supposed to be in your life permanently either. Some of them not supposed to stay there. And I know we've heard this old speech millions of times. When someone wants to leave, think about nature. Think about the natural world. Think about energy. When some energy is repelling, it's for a reason. Okay? You have changed, they have changed. They can't collide or be attracted anymore. The energy is changing and you can't force energy together that is repelling, because if you do, it's going to do what? The force is going to push it apart even further. So if you're not supposed to stay with somebody and you're repelling each other, you're just going to get worse and worse with that person. It's best to let them go. Okay? Your energy might be vibrating on a level that's going to attract someone better. And you still trying to hang on to this, which is trying to propel against your energy and go the opposite direction. Let them go, baby. Let them go. Okay? And if you want to make the attraction come back, stop giving him stuff. Okay? There's, you know what I mean? That's what you need to do. A masculine man is attracted to a feminine woman. If you always trying to throw it on him, he don't want it no more. He didn't had it too much. He's too charged up with your energy. How he's supposed to be attracted back to you? He got all your DNA and energy all over him because you always let him go. Let him recharge. Okay? Stay away. Stop being a pygmy. Okay, let him recharge energetically so that he can be attracted to you again. Even if it's, for a week, don't give him none. Don't be around him. Stay busy. Let him recharge in his masculine energy so that he can be attracted to your feminine energy once again. You think wives do this? And yeah, if you look at everything from an energetic point of view, you would already understand why men are repelled from certain women. Okay? Two protons are not going to be attracted to each other. They're going to repel each other. So, uh-huh. And why they're attracted to certain women. Yep. Can the TV give you electric energy? You are electric energy. You can react to it. The less you're available, the more they want you. Exactly. Hmm. Wow, this is so true. I've been basically ignoring this guy. We barely speak, but he won't stop calling. It's so crazy. Exactly. I'm trying to tell you. It's all energy. If you say everything is energy, all is energy and all is mental, so all is conscious energy. There you go. Put it together. So that's what you do to your husband, make him wait. I'm charging that reminds you of Pikachu. Hmm. And someone was asking me about the halls of a mentee and the group. And I told her what it was. I explained it to her. I threw some pictures out there. In the emerald tablets. When you hear something like that, like, does anyone know what the halls of a mentee are? Like, I just want to know if anyone figured it out before I say anything because I want to see other people's opinion of it. Mhm. Mhm. That's where Toth went in astral travel. But where is it? Yeah, where are the halls of a mentee? How do you get there? My dark energy book, How to Manifest with Dark Energy. It's on Amazon. Just put How to Manifest with Dark Energy by Ashera Star Goddess in the Amazon search thing. It's on Saturn. Yes. C.L. Lewis. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's on Saturn. I have an idea. You hadn't had opportunity to converse with anyone about it. Isn't the halls of a mentee the 5 dimensions? Nope. It's on Saturn. Did you ever see the Magician movie about Nikola Tesla? No, what's it called? Black Sea Scrolls. Are there any books in your group? Yep, a bunch of books in my group. Many. Saturn or Planet 9? Saturn. I'm hearing this and resonating with it. My ears are ringing. Okay, let me tell you why it's Saturn, just so you can know, because saying something ain't good enough. But I'll break it down. If you break down the words amenti, T, Ti represents um, true. It means true if you look it up. Ti, the word origin Ti, it translates into true. Amen represents no. Amen is true, and yeah, and you amenti, if you put them together, it's true sun, the true sun, Saturn. Okay, go look up the meaning of amen, the definition of amen. Put that in. When you look at the different meanings, it's going to say sun, and then you look up Ti, it's going to say true. True sun, Saturn. Hmm. And if y'all remember that Kanye West video, Power, and he was walking down like this long hallway, and he had columns around him, and it looked real alchemical, and stuff was floating around. Those were the halls of Amenti. He was on Saturn. Okay. as energy, not in a physical human body, but as a plasma energetic electrical current body. Okay. All right. Thank you. The Prestige. Okay. No, I haven't seen that movie. And hearing this and resonated with, oh, your ears are ringing. Oh, I just, why does Saturn cause delays and obstacles? Um, to get you to be able to transmute them and find how to make money with them. Okay. It's for the alchemist. It's for the person who transmutes and transforms things. So if you don't know how to get past delays or obstacles and benefit from it, then you're not on that level of consciousness yet to get, you know, past that point of your life. So that's why it does that. Okay. It's just like a test. It's a test. If you don't pass a certain test, you can't graduate. Okay. What do they call things on a test? Problems, right? Here's a problem, solve it. Then you can pass through. That's it. Obstacles and delays are for you to get better and stronger, and so that you can bypass that level. hmm And once you know how to solve a problem, you become a master. You know, people hire people um, to solve problems because other people can't, and they benefit on problems. Every business offers something to help someone with some sort of problem. Okay, most businesses. Some people offer a product as a solution for a problem. Okay, problems equal money. Okay, everything equals benefit if you see it in that way. If you don't see stuff in that way, that's just like how Neo started seeing the Matrix when he started catching bullets. It's the same thing. When Neo started catching bullets and slowing down time, that was when he realized that problems are beneficial because they take you to the next level. The bullet was a problem. Oh no, I'm finna die. Snatch that bullet out the air. Now you know what to do. Okay, now a bullet is no longer a problem. Okay, now you have learned how to slow down time in the matrix, you know. So from the bullet, he got a new superpower. Okay, think of it like that. If you don't think of life like that, that's why it's going to be a struggle. Okay. Oh, you always call math problems questions. Yep. See, a question has more answers than one. A math problem got one answer. That's the point. That's why it's a problem, because there's a solution. With a question, you can get all philosophical and then ask another question. You can't do that with math. You can't ask another question on a math test. You can't say, well, you can't say, is 100 divided by 4? Um, question mark. Is that even a question? You know, you can't question math. You have to solve it. um, is it bad to do the same spell more than once if the problem isn't solved? Maybe you don't need a spell. Maybe you need to solve the problem by benefiting from it. Figure out how to benefit from it. You know, um, there's different type of spells you can do from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had people try to come to me, and I don't do these spells no more, so don't even inbox me. Um, to make their boyfriend come back to them and love them, and try to force that person that's repelled from them to want them again, even though they don't. I said, well, why don't you do a spell for his current girlfriend to meet someone better, so she dumps him, you know, because he's all into her, but maybe she ain't all into him. Why don't you make her all into somebody else? Approach things differently. Stop thinking so inside the box. Okay. Electromagnetic configuration of mind. Let's not forget about the 5G on the brink. The what and the who? The five. Yup. Do you do any spell videos? Love them. I had a bunch of them. They're under my spells playlist. I kind of did one recently with alchemy, an alchemy spell. So I wonder if I put that under my spell list. It was like about 4 or 5, maybe 3 videos ago. hmm How is it concluded that the halls of Amenti is on Saturn? Break down the word Amenti. Go look at the etymology of Ti, and Amen. Uh, Meaning of Amen, meaning of Ti. Put them together. It represents um, T means true. Amen means sun, or true sun. That's what it means. The true sun. That's what it decodes into. hmm 7 streams of income. Have you accomplished that? Let's see. 3. I consider YouTube one stream, but I have 3 channels. So if I consider them 3, then yes, I have it. If I consider them one, then let me see. Mm, if you consider my husband one, yes. No, I have 8. No, I have 7. If I consider my husband. Yeah. I just heard. Do you think you have to be on a certain dimension to even have access to your videos? Huh? Um, Everybody has access to these videos. That's good. I don't believe it's possible to do love spells. I believe in lust spells, right? That's why I tell people I do a lust spell. They might hit it and quit it and be gone and ghost you, but at least you got to see them one more time, or at least they'll got. You know, you can't make people love you. Mhm. At at college, a few people knew stuff from your past. You fear your reputation. What can you do? Don't care what people think. That's number one. Stop caring about what people think. Number one. I know young people can't fathom this, but one day you will grow up and never see those people ever again in life. Okay? So don't even worry about them. Y'all, a lot of the people I went to high school with look bad, ugly, bald headed, looking crazy. If I worried about what they thought, I would have wasted so much precious time. I don't care, you know? So don't even care. Who cares? Are they paying any of your bills? Are they paying your tuition? Are they buying you lunch every day? Who cares? Create a new reputation. Okay? Create a new reputation. Right? Oh, you was asking how you got started. I just did it. I woke up and I said, I think I want to do this and I want to do that. And I started off small. I started doing readings. I started doing videos. I started researching and learning about stuff. Um, you know, I let people tell me what was in demand by what they kept asking about. And then I listened and then I followed through. If people keep asking you about a certain thing, well, do you know where I can get A, B, C, and D? Yeah, you can get it from me now because everybody's asking me for A, B, C, and D. So I guess what? I'm starting to sell A, B, C, and D. That's what you do. You gotta figure out what's in demand. You gotta figure out what your talents or gifts are, or even if you don't know what your talents or gifts are, do something until you figure it out. Pick anything. It's best to do things on your own, not with other people. Like, unless you can work individually. hmm But you just have to want it bad enough. If you don't want something bad enough, nobody can give you enough advice on it. Okay. You were super popular in high school. Now I'm solitary. And recently, the last couple of years, discovered. Uh-huh. Okay. I should have graduated freshman year, but I got bored in school and left. Well, that's good. Mhm. You know, there's basics that you can learn in school, like the maths and the sciences and stuff like that, but still, they don't even teach you a lot of the science you actually need to grow consciously. They teach you the stuff you don't need. Um, but if school was really to help you get to the next level, they would also include information that taught consciously. They teach you stuff to memorize and regurgitate, which you don't even need. So, you know, I was talking to Layla. I said, when you grow up, I want to start a school that teaches, like a real 3D live school on the planet Earth, that teaches certain things that school will not teach. And it will be like super small. It's going to start off super small, like an after school program, and that's how it's going to start off, really small. Because if you start with kids, you start teaching children this information while they're young. Imagine their potential. hmm If you knew, if you knew all of this from age 6 and up, what would happen? How would the world be different? A lot, right? We're gonna disguise it as tutoring. Oh, it's a tutoring center. Oh, we tutor kids on, higher learning. Yeah, right. Mm, if you said bulk shipping, 3 phases of the elixir to South Africa, girl. Let me ask. Okay, just write me on Etsy. Write me where the conversation thing is, a little envelope. Write me there, and I will. Let me ask. Let me ask the lady that ships real quick. If someone orders 3 bottles, do I need? Okay. Hopefully she'll text back. Mhm. You're in school to teach kindergarten. Mhm. Right. I teach Sasha. Sasha knows. Layla knows a little bit. She's catching on. Um, she's kind of like the one that will bypass what she doesn't like and keep what she likes. Sasha absorbs it all and puts her own spin on it. I'm like, what? And mhm, what the crap they try to teach you, I'm so sorry. Like, yeah, Layla's learning about different religions in school. She had to learn about Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, and she had to draw the symbol for each, an example of a holiday, and some type of picture at the bottom. She drew an egg for Christianity at the bottom. I was like, girl, that's the pagan form of it, but for Easter, she was trying to draw Easter. And I said, well, they all mean Saturn, right? She's like, I know, but I can't put that. I said, I would have put it, I would have drew Saturn on everything. And if they would have marked it wrong, then I would have come and played my mama video. My mama said. No, I say, no, baby, just memorize it for school, pass and get out. It's like Earth. Go to work, get your paycheck, get out, go open your own business. Okay. That's what you got to do. Get in and get out. It's all, don't even take that stuff with you. Get in, get out. You're teaching yourself how to read and write in Spanish. Ooh, that's good. How can I improve my dark manifestation for a business idea? Um, don't doubt yourself. Get in darkness. I mean, it's pretty much very simple. Everybody tries to overcomplicate everything. Okay, become the darkness. Know what you are. If you don't know what you are, it's going to be very hard to manifest with dark energy. You are the dark energy. You are dark plasma. You're conscious energy. You are the universe. Become the universe. Know that you're the universe. See yourself having what you want, and then come back into your body and expect it. That's basically it. It's that simple. If you can't get your mind around those concepts, work on getting your mind around those concepts. That's it. You have to know who you are, what you are, and come back and receive what you know you can have. That's what's creating your own universe is. Rebuke doubt. Exactly. Right. There are so many markets that allow you to work for yourself. Research those. Okay. Research, research, research. Don't ask, seek. Because your path or your purpose may be something totally different than what I'm telling you. You might just Google something like entrepreneurship, how to work for yourself, A, B, C, and D. And you might click on something that you found interesting that I would have never talked about ever. So seek. What did you manifest? Do you put in the work though? I sure do. I put in the work right here. Hmm. Thank you. Trial and error. Yeah, that's the life of an alchemist. Trial and error until you figure out what works, and then you could benefit on it for the rest of your life. You can trial and error for a year or two, but when you find one thing that works out, you're set. So just think of it like that. Hmm. Most people are their own problem. And when you realize that you're the only thing that's standing in your own way, then you'll get out of your way. Okay. Most people are their own problem. Unless you have someone actually with their foot stepping on your neck, stealing all your money, you are your own problem. Sure, I went to the ethers and it kind of scared me. I was meditating in the dark, lying down. But why are you scared? It's nothing to be afraid of. It's natural. Mhm. How do you manifest? What methods? Oh, you're talking to Cherry Bomb. Okay, so Cherry Bomb, somebody asked you a question. So yes, just know whether you know it or not. You're transmuting all the time. That's true. Hmm. Fear is an illusion. Fear is mostly because you don't know the unknown. That's why you need to learn about the ethers, learn about all of that, learn about it. The more you learn, the less you fear. hmm Your teachings made me realize the power we all have. It's incredible. Yeah, good. Um, mhm. I've been manifesting the destruction of the government and religion. Noticed it was going to be destroyed anyway, but you might have helped. Come on, keep doing it. We're doing that right now by just making this video. Okay, we're doing that right now. So the more I promise a land of freedom and spiritual experience for all. Yay. I think that's what Nikola Tesla was trying to do when he made that death ray. And he was like, this will end all war. Now, people couldn't decode that. That reminded me of the when you said Prince said the internet is dead. It reminded me of that because it was code. Um, if you really knew what that thing was for, you would. It was nothing to. It wasn't even a weapon. The reason it would end all war. Now, y'all get ready for some deep stuff. Y'all ready? Okay, the reason his death ray, which was a laser beam, a gamma ray laser beam that could shoot great distances. Okay, let me tell you why it was going to end all war. Because he was getting ready to create his own universe, and war was not going to exist in it. Okay, um, and through that death ray, as they named it, he was planning to shoot that thing into the ethers to hit a black hole in an angle and create a mirror universe where he was the creator. How you doing? And also, that's what he was trying to do. Um, Not burn people up to death with the no, that's not what it was for. Because if you knew how to use it, if you knew quantum physics, astrophysics, alchemy, if you knew all of this stuff, sacred geometry, you would know that you could create your own universe instead of trying to burn some people over here. I mean, people are so stupid. That's why they should be on their way out. Okay, the universe is supposed to be, continuously creating itself through consciousness, but certain people want to destroy it. Did you know that um, there is a charge in the sun that is actually a, a destroyer. I don't even know what it's called, but it's actually destroying and making the universe expand less, the actual sun, because of the recycled energy in it. Once people wake up and stop getting recycled through the sun, the universe and consciousness is going to expand even further. So that's why the more people that wake up, the more knowledge and the more power you will regain from religions and government. So the more the sun is fed, the more control the government and religion and all the systems on corporations on the planet have power. So the more people that wake up, the less power they have. Like, if you haven't noticed, since a lot of people have been waking up, you've seen like a lot of companies go down. You've seen a lot of people go out of business. You see a lot of people being exposed in high industries. You've seen a lot of that since maybe early 2000s, when, stuff got people's attention in order to start waking up. Some people were waking up in the 70s. Some people were waking up way before 2000, Some people were waking up in the 90s. So the more masses of people that wake up, the less power. Yes, Toys R Us. Why did Toys R Us shut down? Because people are selling crap online in their own Amazon store. Okay? You want a toy, you ain't got to go pay 10 times the price at Toys R Us. I got it for you right here on Amazon.com. Okay? See, you're taking your power back. You're not a slave. You don't have to go clock in at Toys R Us wearing that blue shirt. You can stay at home in your pajamas and get paid. Okay? This is exactly okay. So that's why you see all these corporations and businesses shutting down because you took your power back. I hope that makes sense. Mhm. Knowledge will increase in the last days. We need a rebirth. Exactly. It's it's happening. And the more people that realize this and make it happen even further, you're helping. You're helping by opening your own business. You can still work your 9 to 5 until you can afford your lifestyle by your business alone. Then you quit. Don't just stop. Oh, I'm stop working and then be broke. No, transfer when this starts making more than this. Okay, or when this can cover everything and give you a little extra, and you can go ahead and lay this down. That's how you do it. Um, mhm. Okay, not the blue shirt yet. The blue shirt. There was a Toys R Us that shut down right by the mall where I live. Now it's the Halloween Central City. You know how the Halloween stores pop up in October because it was empty. It's like, oh, a Halloween store right on time. And I'm gonna go in there. I think they even bought some leftover toys from Toys R Us. See, that's someone's own business. They probably got a warehouse full of Halloween crap, and they go rent out a store for 1 month and live off all that money for the rest of the year. You see how smart that is? So, you know, take your power back by taking your life back, taking your time back. You see, Saturn represents time. When you become the master of time and time no longer is affecting you, that's another way to say you own your own time. You know, you don't have to live by alarm clocks anymore and rush hour and stuff like that. So you're also becoming the controller of your own time if you're in charge of your own life. Am I still live? Okay. Very true. I think she's. Oh, I didn't even see those people's questions, so I don't know. I must. Mhm. Oh, y'all are arguing in the comments. Wow, how highly vibrational. There are going to be people on different levels of consciousness. So you can't be mad at someone if they're still afraid. You can't be mad at people for that. They have to come out of that on their own. Okay. Yeah, you just gotta let people get there on their own. Because if you try to force somebody, it's the same thing as religion. Okay. Don't become that. Don't become that. Okay. Oh, okay. Good. Y'all are arguing. Good. But don't become that. If someone isn't on a certain level, help them get there or put them on the next level. But don't be mad at them. Or don't try to force stuff that they're down their throat they're not ready for. Um, okay, good. Because y'all know like text when you read it backwards could sound like a fight when it wasn't. Okay, so yeah, back to Tesla. Yeah, he was basically trying to create his own universe where he was in charge. Because poor Tesla, if you read his little story, it was so sad because you could see the battle between the people that wanted to own and make all the money versus him just trying to help humanity. You know, free energy. Oh no, you not. No, ain't no free energy over here. You know, um, but they didn't think in the long run what free energy could do. And I'm going to tell you, there was a certain reason. There's a certain reason why they wanted to make money and not help humanity. There's one reason, because they can make more money off of people ignorance. They can make more money off of ignorance and dumbing down people than they can make off of helping people. Okay, and the reason why they want the money and they didn't want to be, um, you know, on the same level as everyone. They don't want everybody to be able to reach the same levels. Is because if you go back to ancient Egypt, after we die, after our human flesh goes away, there are places and things that certain people can do that others can't yet. I'm gonna say yet, because Tesla done figured it out. And that's why I'm telling you, a lot of people said, well, if you don't have melanin, da 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 da, how will you get to A, B, C, and D? And how will your plasma leave the planet and escape the sun's pull? Well, Tesla figured it out. And there's Tesla coils everywhere on your power line. He was trying to go all the way. If you have the information, you can get most of the way. So, like, they were jealous of the afterlife. It's the afterlife that people are jealous about. Until science, that's why they're putting so much money into this science of melanin, into the science of CERN, into space travel and all of that, because they want a piece of that pie. And I told you Tesla already figured it out, but they were too stupid to even realize it, or maybe it didn't work after they tried it. I don't know. Okay. Or maybe he made it and he messed up the notes on it so that they couldn't get it. And he had already fired it. We don't know. That's the whole point about it. That's the whole funny thing. We don't know. Because if you already fired that thing and then you left notes, but you're not going to leave notes behind if you already did it. Why would you do that? You can burn that stuff up and leave some fake notes. So instead of looking for the truth, they're trying to follow what you left behind them, going down the totally wrong path. But who knows? Is that why they're stealing people's organs? Well, organs themselves are very valuable just to get an organ transplant, So, and here's the thing, the conspiracy behind the melanin thing. So here's the thing, your energy, your plasma with melanin is consciousness. Think about Get Out. You would be merging two people's consciousness. Okay. And if you merged, you see what I'm saying? So let's say somebody killed me or killed you and took some melanin and ground it up and made a powder out of it or whatever, and mixed it in with their ashes or took it or whatever. And then they died and then they woke up as plasma energy. Well, they would wake up with two consciousness, or the dominant consciousness would take over anyway. So yeah, it's super deep. So once that plasma with the the combined melanin and the combined plasma of the other being shot past the sun and got out of that magnetosphere of the sun, it wouldn't make it past planet. It wouldn't make it past planet nine. After planet nine, the other part of that consciousness would start to decay. Y'all got to do y'all scientific astrophysics astrophysics homework. Okay, um, that's all it is. So they can't get to that black hole. The black hole is where you're going to create your own universe. Can't get to the black hole. If you can't even get to the black hole, you can't you can't do it. Okay. None of the conspiracy or nonsensical is a lot of stuff connects, right? So here's the thing. If you can't control it, you're going to control one aspect of it. You're going to control how other people, whether other people or not, get there, right? It's like if I can't have it, nobody can type attitude. So what happens is the people that figured out and do escape, they're not, when they get there, whenever they get to planet nine and all of them other places and stuff like that, where the other plasma is, who escaped as well, you know, they're not coming, they're coming there with more information, so it's all in the book of Enoch. It's all prophesized or told in the book of Enoch. If y'all can decode it. At first, when I listened to the book of Enoch, I even bought it and read it, and I was like, this stuff don't make no type of sense. Until a couple of days ago, when this knowledge started pouring in, when everything became clear, when one thing led to this and this and that, now it makes perfect sense. Yep, until you're ready for it. So, Book of Enoch mentioned the fallen angel becomes sirens connecting to earth. Yep, see? Go read that. Go read that. Or listen to the audio book as well. And it's going to be Book of Enoch even tells you how to start your own business. Okay, that's the funny part. The Book of Enoch says to free yourselves. Did y'all read that part? To free yourselves, they talk about the olives. Y'all remember that part about the olive trees? He's telling y'all in there. He's telling you to double it and flip it too. Okay. So go back to the ancient knowledge. Go back to the ancient books. That all the answers are in there if you know how to decode it, and also focus on the science of it. And you're going to be driven so much that the science is going to seem simple to you. It's going to make perfect sense. They were never meant to become, yeah. So they were in the book of Enoch. Basically, he was saying, stop working for them people. Go to them olive trees. Y'all know how I break stuff down. Stop working for them people. Get out and pick you some olives and make you some oil and sell your oil. That's what he said. But he said it in such a profound, prolific way. But but that's what he said. I break down stuff. He'll take a whole paragraph to tell you how to make some to go make oil and flip it. Okay. You see how, the hemp field. See how people are selling weed legally? Okay. YouTube is a bunch of good channels to start with. So olive oil is still one of the staples of the world. It sure is. So find something that there's a great abundance of or a great demand for, and figure out how to supply it and make and double your money and make a stack and be on to the next one. And the more I listen to certain music artists, the more Emerald Tablets, the more Book of Enoch that I hear, and all of that stuff. Now that you re-listen to it, more of the Corpus Hermeticum are in those verses, but just twisted around and put in modern, language. That's all it is. If you don't understand the Book of Enoch, go to the audio book, because it's much easier to understand something if someone's telling it like a story. So look at both. That way you get the words and the understanding. And that's why video is so good, because you can see and hear at the same time. You're using more parts of your brain. Your more parts of your brain are being stimulated if you can listen and see at the same time. So reading is good, but for the understanding, hearing is good as well for the vibration of the words. Pictures are even better because they're worth 1,000 words, right? And symbols give you a frequency as well. So if you're learning, you need to do all the most you can do with any type of book. Do the audio book and keep the regular book on you as reference. Okay. And you lost 25 pounds? Oh, congratulations. Keep it up. All right. I lost weight on phase 1. I lost a lot of weight on phase 2. I lost weight. I lost weight on all the phases. I don't know. They work. And it's not just for losing weight. It's just because you're just so busy, and you don't really hunger for food. You more hunger for knowledge, or you don't want to overindulge in something. Balance. As your plasma energetic body becomes more balanced, you make more balanced decisions. You don't overeat, and if you do, then you compensate for it elsewhere. Because you're becoming a more balanced person. Okay, so you're not gonna want to indulge unless you balance it out. Like, I ate cheesecake. I ate 3 chocolate bars this week, and I still lost weight. You know why? Because I balanced everything out. Okay. So it's that type of thinking. It changes your thinking on how to balance things and what to really focus on or put priorities on that don't really matter. Some people will focus on something. Hold on. Say someone ordered 3 to 4 bottles in a single order. It fits fine in a single box. Same price. Okay. So the person that asked about the shipping, yes, we can ship 3 bottles at once for the same shipping price. So um, I will send you a PayPal link to where you can pay plus just one shipping. How about that? So just write me on Etsy. I don't know if she was still waiting. She said she was from South Africa. Okay. Thank you. The Bible is fun to decode. Yeah. You're on phase 1 and you love how focused you are. Wonderful. Yeah. It does give you that focus. Your toxic family stop calling you after 1 week, phase 1. Well, it does make the people and the things in your life that are not beneficial fall away. Okay. If the first 2 are already sold out, then check back tomorrow, because I'll have see when I only put a certain amount up there, so I know how many are have been ordered. Then I have to check with the people that make it, see if there's enough to put more up because yeah. So check back tomorrow. Okay. Ashera, is there any way for me to get all? Yeah, I just answered that one. Okay. Oh, the best place to listen to those type of audiobooks, the channel Man of Letters. Y'all know the guy that the video with his music to the in the background of his audiobooks, and his voice is very nice. So it's going to be easy to get into. And I like the music aspect of it. I don't know why. I think music is very powerful as well when receiving knowledge. And it's his own music that he created, you know, on his piano or keyboard or whatever. Okay. Yeah. Cherry Bomb, go to the YouTube channel Man of Letters. You remember the guy I interviewed with the dreadlocks? Yes. Sure, can you put the website on what it's the Dark Realms. It's just Dark Realm on Etsy. And then type in a sheer star goddess if it doesn't come up. There you go. Mm-hmm. Music overrides resistance. Wow. Didn't even know that. But hey, learn something new. Thank you, Pink Flame. So so since it does override resistance, as Pink Flame says, then perhaps that's why there's so much music in church. Okay. That's why I hated church, because I don't like none of them songs. I don't even know any church songs except for like Wade in the Water and Amazing Grace. And I don't even like the song Amazing Grace. Anyway, I just heard a bunch of suffering. And like, you know, I don't know. Do you believe people will overcome the idea they need to be initiated to perform their bloodline region? I think people will get over the idea the more knowledge they get if they seek it. Okay. Um, when you get caught up in something and don't know the true meaning of it, then you start looking at things with a closed mind. And if your mind is closed, then you can't gain anymore. Like if your cup is full, you can't add any more to it. So they become at a spot where they're at a fixed place and their power then becomes limited. Okay. So you have to think like that. When you become at a fixed place in your thinking, your power then becomes limited. Hmm. Yeah, your power becomes very limited once. And the reason why there used to be initiations in the first place is to make sure that the person who was going to embark upon a spiritual path was serious, you know, okay, and was disciplined enough to even seek the knowledge, because little knowledge is dangerous. So, say someone changed their mind right in the middle of learning something, and I'm done. I'm going to quit, and then they go and tell, their friend and their friend. They get just a little bit of information, but they didn't finish. Let's say the mystery schools because they weren't disciplined enough. In the wrong hands, little knowledge is dangerous. So that's why the initiation kind of came into play. It's not about having to be. If you are naturally disciplined, you work with discipline energies. You work, say you work with Saturn. You probably would be a better student or a better self initiate, because that's all self initiation is discipline. Once you become a self initiate of, I wouldn't even say a religion, because if you are on this level, you won't even need a religion. Okay. Once you become a self initiate student of the universe, I'll just say that, then all the other stuff won't even matter anyway. Now you can go back and decode all the stuff in certain religions, but you'll have so much knowledge, you'll be able to take down every religion and decode it, even the ancient ones, even the ones that include magic. So you won't need permission to do anything because you're limitless. That's what it's really about. Um, so yeah. So if you feel like, okay, so I know a lot of people say, well, I want to practice voodoo, but I want to do A, B, C, and D, but they say I have to be initiated, da, 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 blah, 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 blah. Well, if you feel like initiation stands in your way of learning, why not just get the knowledge and keep yourself open to everything else at the same time? You know what I'm saying? Get all the knowledge that's out there to get and keep moving in every direction at the same time. Get it all. Okay. That way, when you come back and you re-examine certain things, you can break it all down and it's all going to point to the same thing. And you're going to be glad you didn't get stuck there. Okay. Once you go backwards and break everything down, it's all going to lead back to the same thing anyway, energy. So once you break it all down, you'll be glad you didn't stay stuck. Mm-hmm. Right. He talks about the blood types and stuff. Da, da, da. Yeah. The concept of burning libraries, that's what I see happening in today's time. Um, yeah, but the knowledge that got burnt up in the library. Yeah, phase two, high priestess, that's what it does, but you're supposed to channel that energy to creative energy. Or you can use it for that if you want to. Um, yeah. So you could burn a library, but it's only hidden from physical eyes. Um, it's already up in the ethers. You can channel that. You can channel that knowledge. You can decode and find that hidden knowledge. Okay. If some people already memorize that knowledge and it's passed on through certain texts, but you've got to know how to decode it. Hmm. And wouldn't you be mad if you stole a bunch of information and burned up some stuff and couldn't even use it? Hmm. You need the mailman almost got lucky, girl. I seen a. That's funny. Yeah, you're right. And phase two does make you a little frisky, a little frisky. Mhm. If you having girl problems, get phase two. If you ain't in the mood, get phase two. But you're really supposed to be just channeling that energy into creative energy. But you can use it for both. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Use it for both. Mm-mm. TMI. Sure, what to prioritize? Level up in the outside or level up in the inside? Both at the same time. As above, so below. I mean, what good was it? What good would it be if you were only to level up on the inside and then be a mess on the outside? Same thing. If you were only to level up on the outside but be a mess on the inside, what's the point? You got a beautiful woman that can't control her emotions, don't know anything, get mad and throw stuff and end up in jail. But you cute. Your nails are nice. Um, so both at the same time. Okay. I'm drinking pumpkin spice latte with almond milk. Oh, I gotta set my clock. Half-ounce bottles can fit into the regular box. I need about 5. Okay, gotcha. I need to set my clock. So I don't go over and I have to pick up my kids and because like I don't want to be sitting on here talking and they sitting on me waiting for me to pick them up. Um, I love the movie Stargate. There's a lot of information in there, but you also have to read between the lines. hmm And think about the names in that movie. Like it's very telling. Mhm. Now that I know what I know, I could totally re redecode that movie again, like decode it over from a whole different perspective. Because do you remember the difference between Ra and Horus? Now knowing that what Ra versus Horus is, I would totally be able to decode Stargate totally different. Because at the beginning, at first, I'm like, why they gotta make the Egyptians, deities look bad? Why they gotta make them this, and that? But now that I know that it's Ra versus instead of Horus, it makes perfect sense. And then they say, it was an alien consciousness that came into the little pharaoh dude as lightning. Did you see like the plasma going into him? Mm-hmm. I have that movie. Judgment Day, as in the Bible. That's when y'all go to the sun. When people either you get to the sun or you don't. You don't get to the sun, you made it. The feather, especially in Ma'at, and when she has the scales and she's weighing the feather against the heart, that's an electric charge. That's a negative and a positive charge. You got to be equal to pass through the ionosphere of the earth. And then once you pass through the ionosphere is taking away your negative electrons. And once you get out and pierce through the ionosphere, you're going to be caught up in the sun's magnetic field if you have negative electrons on you. But since the ionosphere then took your negative um, electrons away, you're all positive now. And that's what the sun's magnetic field is, positive protons. So you're going to repel and get shot off into the ethers. So you're not going to go. But there's a formula with that, and I explained it on my other video. So that's judgment. Are you balanced? Do you know how to balance yourself with knowledge? That's why in Constantine, he put his feet in water, had that cat on his lap. And when he shot off, he was like, the plasma was going and he ended up on, Helios, hell, the sun. But he knew how to get out of there. He was the only one that could do that. But when you're trying to get off the planet, you're going to propel past that electromagnetic sphere. So, and the only way to shoot fast enough through the ionosphere and past the electromagnetic pull of the sun is with hydrogenated wet, there's another word for wet, melanin in your plasma. It creates a gamma ray when it gets wet versus a microwave or a radio wave or a X-ray. It goes faster than the speed of light. That's why Beyonce was like, "I'm jumping off the stage, because it's like a spring." Go, psh, you know. And the cat represents the negative charge once you get past the sun's magnetosphere. Now you need to balance back out. So the cat's fur or a feather represents a negative charge in electromagnetic energy. That's why they have feather dusters, because it picks up dust with an electric current, an electric charge. Cat's fur, as I'm talking about the kitty boo, has an electric charge. Okay. Right, Kitley? They can even absorb some of your protons off of you. When you hold one, they can dispel negative energies, which are in protons. Not literal negative energy, and um, negative energy as something is, good or bad. They can dispel the bad energy. Let's just say that. It's your baby. Uh-oh, you got your claw cut. Hold on. Come on, Belita. She has like 20 nicknames now. You want a treat, don't you? The cat crack. And that's why they used to bury cats with the, in ancient Egypt, they used to mummify cats to go into the, because of their charge. Okay. Y'all remember all those mummified cats? Get kitty right here. That's what these things are. If you have a cat, don't get them these, or they will always be addicted and act crazy. There's catnip in the green ones. The green box. There's catnip in there and food. Ooh, it's your baby. Beyonce's playing Nala. Oh, really? Cool. I wish I could get a cat, but can't make me sneeze. I sneeze. That's a good baby. See, we match. We're twins. Look. See? All right, bye, kitty. There you go, kitty boo. You can go. She wants this cat crack. I see. You want some more cat crack, don't you? It's almost time for me to go. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I got like 3 more minutes if y'all want to ask a couple more questions, and I gotta go. My cat has short hair. Get a short hair cat. They don't really shed. And if they do, it's barely. And get a black cat. It won't show up. Unless you wear a lot of white clothes. My hair is black. Most of my clothes are dark anyway, so they can't see it. Yeah. Hi, kitty boo. My kitty. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why they worshipped cats as well in Egypt, and because of their charge, and the science behind it, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Now I'll let them figure that out. It'll be a surprise, High Priestess. Surprise. That's because you have to learn to channel that energy. Okay. I'm going to. Too precious. She's like, hey, where's those snacks? I didn't come for love. I came for food. Fine, here you go. He's like, thank you. Isn't she cute? Good velvet. That's you. Look. She's like, where's the food? Look. Cat crab. Look how many she ate. That's why she's fat now. She used to be so skinny. You could feel all her bones when I first got her. Now she's got a little meat. Mm-hmm. Feel. You just ordered phase 2. That's wonderful. Enjoy. High priestess says enjoy. It will make you feel frisky. You're gonna be like, I got a lot of energy. I feel frisky. You're gonna have to channel that into something creative. So I always say, if you're gonna get phase 2, have something to do. Have a project to work on. Have a business to start. Have some working out to do. Have a gym membership. Have a closet to organize. Have a book to write, because it's gonna get you there. Okay. Plasma, the blood plasma and the energetic plasma are totally different. But you can do whatever you want. It's not going to really affect anything after you die. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are hung up on, conspiracy and a lot of fear and paranoia. But at the end of the day, you good. Just think about it. You're good. At the end of the day, you're good. And anybody who's worried about, people stealing organs and melanin and da 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 da, remember, Get Out, and remember the end of that movie. Okay. Y'all remember his funny friend that kept telling him stuff on the phone? And he was funny. There's a reason why he was funny, because he was lifting his vibration or his frequency when he was giving him the knowledge. And notice they worked at the airport as security. You can break down that whole movie if you really want to. Like, that movie is very telling. You can break down the whole movie in terms of electromagnetic energies after you die, plasma. Break it all down. But which is the most right? I would love to hear your breakdown. It's going to go deep if I did. You discovered me because of Michael years ago. Wow. You've been hanging with me for a while. Thank you. So, the movie Get Out, I can't really go into it because I'm about to leave, but the movie Get Out is very parallel to things that are happening or things that are going on, as far as what I was explaining about the sun and, the plasma energy and all that kind of stuff. They're telling it in a different way. Okay. I don't donate my organs at all. I'm keeping everything. I don't even want to get embalmed. Don't touch me. Okay. Right. Oh, okay. Um, don't get embalmed. That means if you die, just get straight cremated. You're not gonna be able to have an open casket funeral if you're not embalmed. So get that out your head. Just get a nice picture for them to put up. Okay. Like I have y'all know I'm vain and I would want an open casket funeral, but my spirituality trumps that. I'm just gonna get burnt up. Y'all can put my picture up there. Okay. um hmm It's cheaper too. Yeah, embalming is cheaper. You ain't gonna spend $20,000 on burning up a body. I promise you that. You gonna have to keep all your insurance money. Okay, keep all the insurance money. Okay, I'll come back later. I gotta go take Layla to get her hair done after I pick them up from school. So I'll be back later, or maybe tomorrow. But I'll see y'all later. Bye.